Hello everyone, my name is Sara, I'm the marketing manager at O-Pitblast, and I'm your host for this evening in Portugal, not for a lot of places out there. If you can tell us where you come from, who you are, what's your name. Just waiting for some people to get in. Hello everyone. Raquel is in the comments area too to answer all of your questions. You can leave all of your questions during this webinar about O-Pitdev, and we'll be answering them at the end of the webinar. Olá Francisco, hello. Raquel already answered, but the webinar will be saved on O-Pitblast YouTube channel, so you can see it whenever you like. Go back to if you have any questions about it. It's all gonna be here on YouTube. Just a few more minutes until more people can join. Hello, Roberto. So the people who are talking in this webinar will be Andressa. She's our O-Pitdev specialist. No one better to talk about O-Pitdev. And we're gonna have a demonstration on the field with Roberto Mendes. He's going to show you all that O-Pitdev does in the field. Hello, Ramon from Mexico. Hello and very welcome. You can also go to our website. There's a whole page on O-Pitdev. You can make orders and quotes there. You can ask for quotes. Hello from Honduras. Very welcome. Hello. Buenas tardes. So, for the people who didn't hear, I'm Sara. I'm from O-Pitblast. I'm the marketing manager. I'll be your host for this evening, and Andressa Almeida will be giving this webinar about O-Pitdev. We're gonna have a demonstration on the field as well. So any questions you have during this webinar, you can leave them on the comments area. We have Raquel in the comment area. She's our sales and technical services manager, and she will be answering some questions during the webinar. And Andressa will also be taking some of your questions at the end of this webinar. Juan, is this correct? I'm saying it right? Hello, Juan from Honduras. All right, just a few more minutes and we'll be starting this webinar. Hope everybody is okay. It's very good in Portugal. It's the end of the day now. I'm sure not in Mexico or Honduras, it's not the end of the day. Very well. I think we should get started. And I hope you enjoy it. Any questions, again, can leave it on the comment area. And I'll see you soon at the end of this webinar. It's 11:30 in Honduras, so very early. It's 6:37 p.m. in Portugal. 10:36. Okay, all right. So it's 6 p.m. here. Hello, Sikiro from Nigeria. Welcome, welcome. Hello, so to end this, my part, so I'm Sara, I'll be here the entire webinar, and Raquel, she's from O-Pitblast as well. She's going to be on the comment area to answer all of your questions, and at the end, Andressa will also talk about your questions. So, hope you enjoyed this webinar, and we'll talk soon.
Hello everyone, I'm Andressa, and it's a pleasure to be here to talk about a little bit our solution O-Pitdev. I'm a product manager and I think I know something about O-Pitdev, so I would like to share with you one on our solution from O-Pitblast. And today we will talk about a little bit O-Pitdev and some functionality, show on the field how it's really easy to use O-Pitdev. We have a lot of people here. We have some people I know, like Ramon. Hello, everyone. So I think we can start it. Okay, so I think everyone know we are the company responsible for developing a lot of tool for improvement, everything about the drill and blast optimization. So today our focus is on O-Pitdev. Okay, so O-Pitdev is a powerful tool that you can save your time and your money by providing a quick and accurate measurement on deviation. So we can use O-Pitdev to go to the field and take some results from the field and take some good decisions for the next operation after the drilling. So try to get some boost efficient and safety your mining operation. Okay. So, but before we start to talk about O-Pitdev, we need to know and understand some process for the drill and blast optimization. So we have a lot of main phase of our mining process. We start with design, plan, and simulation. Also, we have a solution for that, O-Pitblast software. We can use the software for drill and blasting, important terrain, use the drone, the laser. And after we get our plannage data there, we go to the next phase, execution operation, right? But for we have a good execution and operation on the field, we need to take assure about quality assurance and quality control about all the operation, especially with drilling when we talk about O-Pitdev. So take control and ensure top safety and quality is supposed to be we analyze the result and provide useful data for take some making decision. So with that, today our objective here is to present to you this solution for you take care and more control about the drilling operation. When you talk about the drilling, like we can saw here in this scenario, it's a perfect scenario, right? But we know it's not happen all the time on the field. It's a dream scenario, if I can say it like that. So during quarry or mining, we have noticed sometimes we have a deviation on the boreholes, okay? So imagine we have this scenario, perfect scenario. We don't have any deviation. We have a good charge, time, not failures. So imagine we have that. So I will show you some example with the good, when we have the good planning and good execution. But I would like to talk a little bit about when this not happen like we planned before. In terms of fragmentation, as we know, is a crucial insurance that result align with the equipment and the crucial dimension. So imagine we have a big blockers, or we have a poor fragmentation, or sometimes we need to avoid the secondary blasting. So we don't want to make this in our operation, right? So here we have a good example when we have a good planning and the good execution, like we can see on the video. We have a good blasting here, not a big blockings. Any fly hawks, or the big blasting. But now, I would like to talk about the reality. As we know, on the field is not the dream scenario. So sometimes we have some deviation. Sometimes we have some deviation between the holes. When we saw the first line and compare with the free phase, we have some deviation also. So, however, we need to still working on analyze deviation error in the drill process. So I think everyone here know about the problem when we have some scenario like that on the PowerPoint, because we have probably after that we have a pool fragmentation between here on the holes. We have maybe more vibration on the field, generate some fly hawk, and we can consider it some risk operation. So a borehole is considered to have deviation and when the execute plan not follow the drill plan. So with O-Pitdev, you can collect the real time, the position of the hole, the inclination, and we can recalculation of course it's possible, we can recalculation the loads based on this information. So we can try to recalculate the charge, the time, and take some better result for the next phase, because after the drill and blast we have the next phase, of course, as we know. So this phase is really important when we think about optimization, all the operation, all the mine operation, okay? So after we we saw this bad blasting and execution, of course we have a big block. So we don't want to make it the secondary blasting, but after analyze the deviation caused by drilling, we can provide a different parameters. So for the better fragmentation, for better efficient transportation, reducing some initial failures, we can use some technology for try to help us. So because that O-Pitdev, it's a good solution for this phase, okay? So like here we have other real example. I hope no one passed for this in your life, but as we know, we have a lot of this scenario on the mining industry. It's not ideal, but sometimes this happen, especially when the operation is near to the house, to the other people, to the other companies. So make sure the holes are correct, in the correct position, correct inclination is essential for the proper distribution of our explosives and reduce some poor fragmentation and reduce some costs, of course, reduce some time and reduce some expend money. Like here, we don't have the secondary blasting with the charge and everything, but it's supposed to be we use the second machine for try to help us in our fragmentation. So this operation involves additional cost, extensive work hours, and sometimes if you can't rent the extra equipment, we need to buy the extra equipment. So we don't want to that in our operation, right? So now let's talk about the best solution for all these topics I talked before. So O-Pitdev integrates advanced sensor technology, so can provide to you the real-time the data for better decision making in your mining operation. Okay, it's really simple. It's not too complicated. Here we have all of our product. O-Pit app, O-Pit Analytics, and O-Pit software is supposed to be working together for important hand, drill blasting, time, vibration, everything. And O-Pitdev, you can use with O-Pitdev directly from our cloud. You can update and sync from our cloud. But if you don't use our software, if you don't use all the package, don't worry. You can use O-Pitdev in the same way, because O-Pitdev is developing for user-friendly. You can connect with your cell phone, go to the field, create the project directly into the app. I will show you a little bit more in the next slides, and my colleague Robert in the end of this presentation. But how O-Pitdev is working? I know I talk a lot of time, it's simple, so I would like to show you. So here we have the probe, and the probe go to the field, take the measurement and synchronize with the data, okay? But how it's working? You just need to turn on your probe, just shake your probe, connect with your cell phone. You need to take the GPS turn on and Bluetooth for connect with the probe. Okay, O-Pitdev for now working only with Android cell phone. And this is our screen when we solve the application. So go into the application, create your project, put your name, reference, data, whatever you want. And for you take some decision on the field, like we can solve here. Oh, sorry. So for take some decision, we need to put some planage data, like the inclination, the angle, and the azimuth. But if you don't have this planage data, you can operate with O-Pitdev in the same way. But if you have the planage data, we can compare in the real time, like we can solve here in these secondary photos. Here we have, like the red line is the real measurement data from the field, and the blue line is the planage data. So if we put the planage data and after go to the field, take the measurement with the real data, we can compare on the field the inclination, the deviation between the holes, and we can take some decision, right? So we have the three different data here. We can solve the view to the side, to the back, and to the top view, okay? And we have the data which all the points, we take the measurement on the field. So if you decide to take the measurement with 1 and 1 meter, 2 and 2 meter, 3 and 3 meters, we can take all this data on the app per hole. So we can check one by one, and we can export from the app the report, or we can export to the app the CSV file and the other files, whatever you want with your software or our software. And it's really, really simple. So now, what is composed to be our kit? We have the pens for try to help you on the field to take some to use with the cell phone, because sometimes we don't have a good temperature, a good scenario on the field. So we have the pen for that. We have the key for charger. You can put for charger your probe in your car, in your office. And we can solve on the app how much battery you have in your probe, okay? We have some accessory for put with the rope, because the probe is operated with the rope. We have the probe here is 40 millimeters from diameter. We have the arm band for put your cell phone in your arm. So the other thing it's really important to know, the O-Pitdev is development for operated by unique user, like we can solve the next with my colleague, because we don't want to take a lot of people for make some so simple activity on the field, okay? So because that we developed the O-Pitdev for by operated by unique user. We have the manual, We have the grace for get some maintenance on the probe, and we have the rope. The O-Pitdev can be operated in 360 degrees. We have a lot of customers use for horizontal holes. Of course, for horizontal holes, we need to adapt something in the O-Pitdev, sometimes with the drill rig, sometimes with the bar. So it's additional accessory with the kit. But this is a tool we can use to everywhere with all the operation. Of course, we recommend to use O-Pitdev to, is really important to know with the mining operation open pit and the quarry mines. Okay. And now take a look about some technical information. So we can use O-Pitdev which everywhere, like because the O-Pitdev is 100% with waterproof. So we have some customers in the Nordic countries, we have some customers in South America, is opposite temperature, opposite scenario, opposite different operation. So we can use O-Pitdev everywhere because it's really ergonomic, and it's composed by the steel, so it's really resistance. The sensor is composed to be like the system IMU mode. So we have the magnetometer, gyroscope, and accelerometer. Can get to us the real data for the inclinometer and the azimuth. Okay. Here we have our accuracy about the inclination and the azimuth, because as you know, never is perfect. So we need to take care about some accuracy on the field. So we have this data in our data sheet. Whatever you want to know, guys, after this presentation, I can send, we can share our data sheet, our manual, everything. And like I told before, we can operate in the different situation, like plus 70 degrees and more or less 40 degrees. And now let's stop talking about the theory and go to the field with my colleague Roberto and show and see how it's so easy to use O-Pitdev and operate with our tool. And I hope you are enjoy our presentation, and let's see after that what question you want for us.
Welcome to the O-Pitdev live demo in a quarry. Over here we have our military grade case. We also have a QR code that gives you access to the manual of the O-Pitdev. And now let's open up this case to see the goodies that we brought with us. So, as you see, we have over here the probe, O-Pitdev, our probe developed by us. Inside we have grease as well for O-rings, the manual, some carabiners, pens, chargers for car, for USB, armband as well. So the O-Pitdev, as you probably know, can be used by only one person. So the armband is really useful. A towel to clean up. Now let's go to the field and do some testing. Over here we are in a quarry. Not every time the best conditions are applied in a quarry, so you need to act and take precaution. We have a tube, okay? This tube is to prevent rock to fall into the borehole. To avoid that, we put this tube. Now, over here we have our app. This is an app to measure that exclusively for the O-Pitdev. In order to connect to the probe, what you need to do? First, you need to shake it, and the LED will turn red. Then, over here, you need to connect first the Bluetooth and the localization, the GPS. Then, open up the O-Pitdev app, and you'll see in the hamburger menu, the select probe. Simply open up, wait a little bit until it appears there. Now you see the dev, you simply press it, and now you are connected to it. Let me just turn on the data. As you see over there in the top right corner on the phone, you'll see the battery. So you can check the battery for the O-Pitdev. The green LED shows that it's connected to the phone. So as you see here, now let's calibrate the probe. So again, hamburger menu, and you go to calibration screen. To calibrate the magnetometer is simply doing a figure of 8, okay, just like this. And you'll see that the magnetometer will be calibrated. The gyro is basically to hold still in a flat platform like this. More or less 10 seconds is enough. You can get over here in the app a correct sign that is showing that it's okay. And now for the accelerometer, you simply just take it, hold it, wait a little bit, more or less 10 seconds between moves, and until the accelerometer is calibrated. Change up, wait a little bit more, because of course this calibration, it needs to be done in field. Guys, every time you go to the field, arrive in the field, you need to be doing this calibration. As you see, it's really simple. It doesn't take you too much time. It's really simple to calibrate the probe. Simply doing this, you take up 1.5 minutes, and that's it. As you see here on the screen, everything has the right. Now let's save the calibration, and now the dev is calibrated. Let's go back. We go back to my files, and now let's scroll to our project for this purpose. So we have over here O-Pitdev webinar. As you saw there, you can use work online, offline, or local. The dev is independent from the O-Pitblast software, so you can work only with the dev. But of course, if you have both, it communicates together, so you have all of already your blasts online. Let's open up. I have some boreholes. Open up one. You can see the information regarding the blast. So the planned values, of course, this is just some values standardized, and you can edit them. So double press there, and you can enter the value that you planned with. The angle, azimuth, length. You choose the survey, so you can survey the step between 1 and 1 meter, 2 and 2, or 3 and 3. In this case, we'll be doing 1 and 1. Then the offset, that I will explain a little bit later, and basically this is the app. Now all geared up. We have our armband, some gloves, and a pen, a touch pen, in order to click. The O-Pitdev, you take a look, and it's blue, okay? That means that is in survey mode. Now let's start. The method choose was downhole, so first let's drop it down the first meter. You need to stop 1 meter in the collar. So let's stop over here more or less in the collar and press measure. The phone will beep and vibrate. When it's finished, you need to lower 0.5 meter and 2 meters and start measuring again. Another meter, measure it. Good practice. You need to stay steady, okay? Try to maintain the probe the most steady as possible, and start simply measuring the borehole. 4 meters, a half. Let's go to the 5. Top. You notice by the beeps, another meter. 7, 8. You see in the app as well, you have some options that you can undo and restart. So imagine for some reason you feel like a little bit shaky or something, you can undo the last measurement. And we hit bottom. So as you see here, it's on more or less on the 10 meters, okay? So it's according to the offset. In 1 and 1 meter will be 0, because the next measurement is 10, so the offset is 0. So let's measure it. But let's imagine that for some reason the offset is like here, okay? So the offset is the distance between the collar to the next available measurement. So for example, over here you notice like is 9.5, okay? The distance until the 10 meters is 0.5. Let's take it off. You finish the borehole. Now the probe is outside. What you need to do is start, press end, and insert again the offset. Again, the offset was 0. If it was 1.5, 0.5, 0.6, you can write it down what you want. And you simply press OK. The probe is connecting to the phone to get the information back. As you see here, we have the real results. So 10 meters, angle 16.6, and the azimuth 7.98. Okay? You can write it down, some comments, and you can go to the 2D view and see, for example, the deviation from the side, from the back, top, and a resume with all the measurements. And it's simple. Then afterwards you need to start measuring the other boreholes. Okay. You go back, and on the top right corner you have 3 dots that you can automatically generate the report. So you press generate report and you have a ready to print report from the O-Pitdev. Or if you want, you can share it between WhatsApp and so on with a different file extension, RHD, DAT, CSV, and so on. Basically, you can set magnetic correction. After that, we are ready to import this data into O-Pitblast and see the 3D on the software to put a better charge, to do deck charging, and so on, to correct, for example, the burden critical to the free phase, and to see all of that information to have a better blast and to avoid safety issues such as fly rocks, boulders, fines, and so on. Thank you so much.
So I think we have everything clear, how we can use O-Pitdev, how it's amazing are these tools. And now let's go to the chat and try to answer all the questions. Okay. Sorry if I don't answer in the same line, but I will try to answer all the questions. So, wait. We have a question here from Sirico. Sorry if I don't say your name correct, but the question is, what if you are in the remote areas without internet connection? So, are you going to the same? Okay, so when we talk about the internet connection, it's not necessary we have connection with the internet to operate O-Pitdev, okay? For operate O-Pitdev, we just need to connect with some device. Of course, we have the minimal specification for Bluetooth for the hard, like Android version, like it's 5 for the minimal version for Android, and we need to connect only with the Bluetooth and the GPS. So, like example, if you send some message from your WhatsApp or other application, but you lose your connection, the messages stay hold on there, and after you connect with the Wi-Fi or 3G, the message already sent, right? It's the same way with O-Pitdev. When we connect to the probe with the cell phone and start the survey, the probe is connected with your cell phone because we have the information from the GPS and the hour from your cell phone. Okay, and after go to the hole, take the measurement and push the probe and connect again with the app, the data is synced from the hardware with the cell phone. So because that we don't need to the internet. You just need to the internet if you want to share the data. Okay, like imagine you would like to send some report, PDF. You can send from WhatsApp, from email, whatever you want, we can send. But of course, you need to the internet. And if you want to share your file for export in the software, of course, you need to the internet. But for operate the probe, you don't need to the internet for that. So you can use in the remote area without any signal, without any internet is not a problem. So if you understand everything, I go to the next question. Is the same question with Francisco ask. The other question about UG. We have a lot of question about UG operation. So like we saw on the kit, it's operate with the rope, right? So we use the probe for the vertical holes. But of course, we have a lot of operation on the field and a lot of customers use the O-Pitdev for horizontal holes, okay? But for use O-Pitdev for horizontal holes, you need to adapt the device with your machine, with your drill rig, or with your bars, whatever is the best solution for you, we can adapt, okay? We can develop the new piece and adapt with the probe and your machine. Sometimes we can adapt with the bars, it's more useful, but some customer sometimes use with the drill rig, so we can create the new adapter, put to the probe and connect with the drill rig. So yes, you can use for the horizontal operation and for UG. Okay. About the planage data. And when we go to the field, we can put the planage data into the app, like the length, the inclination, and the azimuth. And we can change the planage data all the time, before or after taking the measurement. Why? Because sometimes we don't have the real planage data, but we know it's supposed to be all the holes, the inclination like 5 degree, example. So we can put there for just for take sure we can compare in the end of the measurement. But after that, if you get the real planage data, we can go to the app, change the values there, and generate the new report or the new file, okay? We can't change the real data, because if we can change the data, the real data is not making any sense. So we can change the planage data all the time, whatever you want. We can go to the project, change the data, and generate the new file, the new report, and solve all the different views and get the result from there. Let's see the other question. Bruno Machado asks if it's possible to export SAP file vector to verify the orientation or the orientation of the detonation. So basically on O-Pitdev, we can export the GM4 file, RNG file, and CSV file. Okay, but we don't have all the files, but we have some files you can use like and change in the table, and we have some customer with the different software can change the files and export into the other software. Okay, but we have the most useful files from the O-Pitdev. But of course, if we need to develop the new files, we can discuss about that. And we offer all the time the training session, online session, and we can solve the example, import and export. If you have a specific software and you want to understand if our file work with your software, we can get this discussion. But no, for now, we don't export this file SAP. Okay. So how we can calibrate the O-Pitdev on the field? Like Roberto showed, it's really simple. Like it takes 2 minutes. One thing it's really important to know, we need to calibrate O-Pitdev all the time before starting the project. Why? Because when we calibrate the O-Pitdev, we get some data from O-Pitdev, like from the magnetometer, gyroscope, and we need to calibrate on the field, because if you calibrate, imagine on the office, and go to the field like 2 kilometers from the office, is not the same reference, okay? So because that we need to calibrate O-Pitdev on the field before starting the project. Imagine because the software we have a lot we have a lot of machines, a lot of interference, so we need to calibrate O-Pitdev on the field. Don't know if you have more questions, but basically we need to calibrate like a little bit different movements, like my colleague showed you on the move, on the field. What is the maximal length that we can use this device? So our limit is 40 meters. Why? Because we have the rope with 20 meters, 30 meters, and 40 meters. Okay, of course you can adapt it and you can use 2 ropes or all other cables. But if we have some accuracy for the inclination and the magnetometer, like the azimuth, we need to think about that when we have a long length on the field. Okay. How much is the max distance down holes and upward holes? I think I have already answered this question, Ramon, about the length and how many meters we can use the O-Pitdev. I don't know if everyone here have more question, but you can ask to us after this with our contact, with our emails from our software, and Sarah is supposed to give to you more details after I finalize all the answers. So thank you to everyone stay here with us, and I hope we can explain better for you how we can use O-Pitdev and how it's really useful for your operation. So now, Sarah, you can come back here, please.
Hello again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. I hope it was clear. And if you have more questions and if you want to know a lot more about O-Pitdev, in our LinkedIn page, on the webinar post, you have a jot forms, a form for you to fill. We will deliver all of these presentations, the video to you. Just fill up the form and we will send you an email right after. So thank you very much. We have Raquel on the comments area. She was very helpful. Thank you, Raquel. And I hope you enjoy. Andressa did a very good job. And I hope to see you next time. You can also follow us on all of our social media. We have all Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And go to our website. There's a whole page about the O-Pitdev. You can request quotes and make an order from there. You have all the brochures about O-Pitdev. So see you next time. Fill up the form in our LinkedIn so we can send you all of these presentations and the video, of course. So see you next time. It was a pleasure once again, and hope to see you on our next webinar on all things O-Pitblast. Bye everyone. Thank you very much.